I was asked to show how to do some basic titling in Premiere Pro. Let's do it. Alright, so we're in Premiere Pro. You don't have to get all confused with all this stuff. The thing we're going to be looking at over here, this is where you see things that you create and everything else. And over here, what we want to do is we want to go to this. This is the type tool, text tool, whatever you want to call it. You can do both. You can do vertical text or just regular type text. I usually just do type text. You click on that and you're like, what's happening? Why can't I do anything? So we're going to click on the text tool. We're going to click over here, text. Look at that little sign. Notice I put this here. That's indicating that there's going to be some text there. So that's why I'm going to make it bigger just for the heck of it. Look at there. It says graphic. It's treating text as a graphic. So I'm going to select that. T-E-X-T. There's some text. Control A to select all of it. I can copy it. I can paste it. I can do whatever I want. Just going to escape out of here. Pick Control V or this guy right here. This is the selection tool. And now I'm going to grab this. I just want to make it big. There we go. Hello, Mr. Text. Now we're just going to make it big. We can do whatever we want. Big, small, change stuff, do whatever you want. I don't like the font. Typically, I use a bigger font. I want to use a font that shows up for this demonstration. So let's go over here. We've selected all the text. And then we're going to go over to Effect Controls. That's how it treats it. And you notice this is selected. Right there is the text that we're doing. If I flip this down, there's the font that it's currently using. I don't want to use that. I want to use something big and bold and happening. Oh, that's crazy. How about that for a crazy font, huh? Notice how I can just scroll up and down and everything else. The other thing I can do is I could select this and I can type. Go back here and type in. Look at that. I love this font. Bebas. Boink. There, that gives me my big font. Okay, I'll take Bebas like that. I'm going to hit V and then I'm going to make it how I want it. Let's make it like that. We'll make a nice, big, giant text. Okay, we have our text on the screen. It doesn't do anything. We can move it around, position it wherever we want, and it doesn't really do anything. We're not going to play with the text yet. We can do all sorts of cool things. We just want to know how to animate this text. So here's the text on the screen. That's right here. Notice this is the text. If I hit space, right now it's, quote, playing the text. See how that is? It's going along, but nothing's happening with the text, so I haven't done anything. We just have this normal text on the screen, and we want it to go from here onto here, pause, and then we want to go from here off the screen. By the way, when you're selecting this, if you hold on the Shift key, notice how it traps left and right. If I'm going up and down, notice how it traps up and down because I'm holding down the Shift key. First, this is where I'm going to land. So over here, let's go over to the beginning of this and shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's where I want it to land and I want it to stay there. So I'm going to set a keyframe right there. I'm going to set the X amount keyframe. See right here, transform. Look at here. This is the position. This is the X, this is the Y. Watch what happens when I move this. See, that's the X, that's the Y. So what I want to do is I want to set a keyframe. See, I'm in. Remember, I went in Shift, right arrow 5 times. For me, that's 50 frames. But let's set it here. We got to go, bam. So what happens is, you can see right here, it set a keyframe right here off to there. Let's open this up some. Doop, 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 doop. So it's set a keyframe right here. Now let's go back to the beginning of this. Now when I move it, remember, if we move it like this, it's going to go all over the place. Undo. Notice what happens when I move right here. See that thing? That's where it's moving to, and it's saying, hey, where are you taking it next? Let's undo that. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key so I can go off to the left. Shift. You got to select it, then Shift, and then I'm going to go off to the left. Look at the line it's drawing. See that line there? That's the line it's going to travel on. It's going to travel from there to there. Let me show you. Here he goes. Look at that. So let's say we come on From there is how you get to the next keyframe right here. Boom. Let's leave it on the screen for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to set another keyframe right here. Boop, like that. So what's happening is, let's look at this. This is where it starts off screen to the left. This is where it comes on screen. Now while it's on screen not moving, we set another keyframe to trap it there where it's at, because over here, we're going to set an off screen. If we just went here, and then we drew it off the screen, it would just go whoop, and then off the screen. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to go 10 on that one. And again, we're going to shut it off screen. You can also select this like this and move it like I showed you. You can move this thing like this, right? Let's undo that. You can also use these. This is the left and right position. So instead of doing that, let me just move it off the screen using the X position. Here we go. Do, 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 do. Off it goes. Bye. There it goes. Keeps going. Now it's off screen. You can see it back here. So let's play it and I'll show you what we have. So it's off screen, comes on screen, it stops, then it goes off screen. So what's cool is we don't need this whole thing anymore. What I'm going to do is I select it. I'm going to pick X for me that cuts. Just going to cut whatever your cut is. Boom. See that? And I get rid of this because I don't need this stuff over here. Okay. So now we got this thing going. It's coming on the screen. Zoop. Holds for 10. Zoop. So now we got this thing on here. So this is one contiguous thing. Like here's the video thing. We can move this thing around, right? This is not the inside with all that. This is the whole thing. This is the whole thing. So if I move this down here and played it, it would do the same thing out there. Zip, zip, and then off. See that? You should try that so you get familiar with the difference between the two of these. So that's kind of cool. I like that. It comes off the screen, comes on the screen, and then it goes off the screen. So now what we need to do is we need to talk about easing. Easing says instead of going and off the screen, I can ease it on and ease it off. So it can go speed up, and it can go, let's do it slow, and then fast off. And that's how you ease things on and off. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go to the beginning of this thing, and I want to start playing with the easing. Go down here. We're still in our text. Look at there. As I see how I scrolled down, scroll. Here I am, position, and now you can see these dudes there. They look like that. I just hit tilde key, which makes this big. Now you can see these guys. There's that one, that one, that one, and that one. Now if I click on this guy, I've selected it, and right click, I have a great word for you called temporal interpolation. Yay! So let's do this. Let's come over here and just grab this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to have it ease into that one. Bip, ease in, and then it'll sit there. And then it's going to come over here. And on this one, we're going to have it ease out. Let's just do those two. And let me show you what happens when we do that one. Here we go. Shoot. See, it's a little more dynamic. Eases in, stops. This one starts easing out and goes faster. Now, we can do some very interesting things. Let's say we want to make this thing longer. I'm going to take this one. Let's make it this long. Okay? Let's go back up to here. I'm hitting the tilde key right here while I'm holding a mouse over this. Like tilde, look at that. That makes it big over this area. Makes that one big over this area. Makes that one full screen. That's how you do that. Go hit tilde. You can even do tilde here, right? Any of these, you hit the tilde, doop. It makes it full screen. So it's really handy. Boop, edit there. Boop, edit there. Cool, huh? So look at these. I'm going to hit the tilde and look at this. And I'm like, hey, you know what? I think it'd be cooler to make this longer. I'm going to make this like over here. And I'm going to put this thing right about here. And I'm going to stick this thing maybe right there. I think that'd be a cooler look. Now let's see what happens. Watch. Instant change. A lot slower. stops. Here we go. Zzz. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? So we can make that however we want. Save it. Let's go back to here and double click and select this text. Now the cool thing about this is that I could change this. Let me change this to bah. Hit return. Now watch what happens. Bah. In comes bah. Yay. Out goes bah. Undo it. We're fine. Now that we got that like that, let's select this text. Let's go over here and let's just play. Let's go over here and pick this. Let's pick different text. What if we want this one? Whoa, that'd be kind of fun. We could do that. Can also select here and just roll through these. Boom, boom, boom. And just roll through the different using the up and down arrow. Like whatever kind of text we want to look at. So that way you could just roll up and down and go, hey, what text do I want here? That's pretty cool. Oh, I like that big one. Ooh, big, thick one. Let's do that. Okay, so now we got a big, thick text, right? But look, it doesn't change anything. It still works. Ready? There it is. And then it goes off. You can mess around with the font size, obviously, here. Just make it bigger. Woo! Okay. Make the text, see how I make it wider, up and down, where its position is. You could do all sorts of stuff in here. Change the color of the thing. Look at its background. Watch this. Boop. Put a background around it. There you can put stuff around. Like, let's say I pick this. It's a stroke. Let's come along. Turn it on. Let's pick a stroke. How about that color? Ooh, man, that's ugly. So look at the stroke. See that? So now I have a stroke around my text. I can make it as big as I want, as small as I want. They're usually pretty good about that kind of stuff. So now that I've done that, notice that it hasn't done anything. All the text it's going along with all the changes, and it goes out with all its changes. So you can change and do whatever you want at this thing. Let's go over to here. Now what I've said I want a shadow. It's kind of a crappy shadow. Let me do a shadow. Some other shadow looks good. What do we want to do? Ooh, that's nasty. A red shadow. Oof. Let's go over here. Why we can do a white shadow. Go like that. White shadow. It's pretty intense, right? Got all sorts of controls here. You can play with this, right? How intense it is, where it lands around in the angle, how far away it is, how big it is. Goofy. So you can do all sorts of stuff like that. You can mess with text. You can do all sorts of things. Change the text, change the outline, change the background, change the shadowing, change whatever you want to change on this text to make it your own, to make it look good. Again, I'm tilde key, right? Grabbing that. Actually, I'm going to go like this. I'm just going to do it by hand. I'm going to move this guy right about here. I'll leave it sit there right about there. Move the guy off of maybe about here. Now the thing's going to really cook. Watch this. There we go. And we just do like that. There's a really quick, really simple tutorial on text. You could do a lot more, a lot more. This gives you the basics of how to get the text on there and how to play with it. You really should delve into all the different things you could do with this text, because you can do some fantastic stuff with this text tool and really make your videos look really cool and really shine. I do that a lot in my regular videos. When you see text scroll in and scroll off the screen, that's basically what I'm doing, is I'm playing with that. There you go. It's nice and basic. Now you can do stuff like that. And leave a comment and let me know how it worked out for you. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. I really want to figure out how to place this thing. What I want to do is I want to place it back there, like over there, like that is like a prop. I still haven't figured it out because, oh yeah, well, you could just set it on there. Well, that's not real. What that is back there is that's just cloth. So I can't rest it or mount it on cloth. So I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't found a thing small enough to do that, because I really love my bass and I really want to put it up there, and I think it would be cool. Let me know what you think about putting my bass back there as a prop, because that would be cool, right? Right. I love the bass.